You're listening to the Welcome to the Rebellion podcast. Hey, Jay, are you ready? 'Cause it's time to start the show.
You guys seem to enjoy these. So, gonna try to knock them out every Monday. Sorry, we're just a little bit late today. That's my fault. And just trying to get like everything set up for whatever reason. So, how's everybody doing? Before we begin, always, if you're listening on iTunes or Spotify, wherever, always just like to share. You can head over to geeksandgamers.com, check out things that are going over there. Also, head over to Nine Line Apparel. If you like this hat, you like this shirt, you can pick it up over there. There are links in the description below. Before I bring on my guest, I met this man. Where did I meet this man at? I was watching this man on YouTube for years now. This big man, he's bigger than me. And I had the opportunity to meet him in Georgia, I believe. You can correct me if I'm wrong. And we just kind of hit it off, laughing at life and laughing at things. You might know him, you might not, but my good friend Jake the Viking is here.
Okay, real quick, not gonna lie, I was struggling to remember where we met. I was like, where the fuck did we meet? Hold on, shit. I was like, Howard More Nights? No, Universal? No. I was like, where the fuck? Did you say
Where
Georgia?
was that? It was Nine Line, wasn't it?
It was the first Nine Line event I went to where I got to ride in the helicopter. You were there. And then I think we first met there, didn't really talk, but then we talked a lot St. Patty's Day.
St. Patty's Day, where we
actually like bonded.
Almost shared a room.
Yeah. We shared the basement. I love it.
Yeah, we shared a basement. How is everybody doing in the live chat?
Hello,
been
chat.
live 3 days in a row, man. It's like they're not used to this.
Killing
they're not
it,
used
bro.
to. John for 5 says, "Here's some money. I'm not stalking you." Wait, is that what stalkers say? Seriously, I want to help your cause. Thanks, John, for the 5. Thanks, John, for the 5. I'm glad you guys are all here. We're all just hanging out. And look at this, Dan Vask with 100. It's $100 Brazilian, which is like $12.
Yeah, it works.
So yeah,
I messaged Dan the other day or yesterday because I was trying to figure out audition for what I was telling you about, the little music video thing I did. So he was helping me out. Thanks, Dan. It worked out really well.
I see. It's kind of funny because me and Jake were driving in his truck, and he was like, "Dude, you know this guy Dan Vass? He's so awesome." I'm like, "Do I know him?"
Because I was showing you his toss a coin.
Yeah,
I was like, "Dude, this song fucking slaps." You're like, "Yeah, I know him." I was like, "Wait, what?"
And I called Dan on the phone. Dan's like, "I'm in Brazil. What are you calling me for?" Like, one of your fans, man. It's pretty cool. Dan, thanks for being here. Yeah, it's so wild how this internet thing sometimes just puts people, like where we're supposed to be and what we're supposed to do and all that stuff. It's pretty wild. So
shout out Jeremy and Jake opened a jar for a drunken YouTuber. I had to.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about. Dan was like, "Yeah, that was awesome." But yeah, so in case you don't know who this is Jake. He was most known for being a part of the MrBeast channel a few years ago. Broke off. He started doing his own thing with ghost hunts that I was honored to be a part of one of those videos where my personal community decided to lock me in a room for like 15 minutes that I only lasted 5 in one of these haunted places. And yeah, he's also on Twitch and he does all these things. He's got something really cool coming up that we could just a little taste. That's it. This
is a little smidge.
Nothing big. But before even the MrBeast thing, before even all that, you got started in some college, maybe. You played football in some college, maybe, that we might have heard about.
I was a football guy. Yeah. Went to, they probably didn't hear about the first one, College of William Mary in Virginia.
Oh, yes, that's right. William Mary.
And then a good old Bill and Mary. And then left there to pursue my dream to play at the Louisiana State University. Go Tigers.
Played at LSU, huh?
Yeah, 2
Who was
years.
the
That's
coach?
Les Miles. Good old Les Miles. Turf eating Miles.
All right, people got to put this in context. Like, what's your size here, man? Like, how tall are you?
6'5", currently sitting at like 258. So
Six
258
five.
pounds,
What
6'5".
about what was your playing weight?
Playing weight 265.
It was 265.
Yeah, 260, 265, depending on the day.
In positions.
Tight end. Practice hero.
It's a real deal, though. You still got to like run out on that field.
Full-time job, dude. And that was probably one of the coolest moments ever, is running out first time in Tiger Stadium. And that was during the middle of all the construction they were doing. And then the second coolest time would be running out in Tiger Stadium when they completed construction, where it's like 103,000 screaming fans. It's just like, good God.
How does that feel, man? To like run out and like thousands of people, and you're just receiving and the chants and all that stuff.
It's a whole vibe, because it's like a lot of people don't know it's like what goes on in that tunnel before you come out. Like, we're all in there, like there's no coach like hyping you up, right? It's the players are hyping each other up. So we've got like some of the team captains getting up there giving hype speech. Everybody's getting just you're on top of a cloud. You're ready to go murder like anyone you can see. Then we get out there and we wait by the door, and we've got the win bars. So everybody slaps the win bars. You go through, and when you go out, we start to chant. Came to the club with a knot on me. And then everybody just follows suit with it. And then you run out, the fireworks are going off, bands playing. You just hear because like there's so much noise, but you're just so hyped, so much adrenaline. And it's just like, dude, it's one of the coolest feelings like I think I've ever experienced. Only thing that'll ever top that are probably when I have a kid. That'll probably be the only time to ever top.
So that was a pretty high moment.
Super high moment, dude. Just like,
did you wish you had like your phone to record it when you ran out?
Yeah,
now?
I wish. I was telling my friend Heather this. I was with her this weekend. I was telling her, I was like, I wish I could have been doing a day in the life of like YouTube series. When I was playing, because this was 2013, 2014. So YouTube was kind of just starting out. Like, it wasn't like the biggest thing, but I was like, man, if I could have been like a YouTuber back then, that'd have been sick. I probably would have got kicked off the team, because that's what happened to Destroying. He had his YouTube channel, and he was playing for Central Florida. As he was making money off of YouTube, they were like, hey, either you delete your YouTube or you get kicked off the team. He said, all right, later.
It's crazy time we live in now, because we were seeing that happen. I don't know if you heard, but one of the college gymnasts, like, she has like gazillion followers on TikTok and Instagram. And it's like, as a college athlete, you're not allowed to get paid, correct? Like, that was
you weren't. Right? Well, now you can through these NIL deals, but when I was there, you couldn't get any money.
Right. So it's like,
I never received a $500 handshake. What?
Yeah, anyway. Yeah, we know that stuff's not. That doesn't exist. That's just
happen. Ever, never. Nope, doesn't happen.
But this young lady is like, she got so popular that every time she would just go to practice, the open practices, the stadiums would be filled with people screaming, and it became an issue to where she was making money through her social media, and it kind of fell into this weird balance of, is that okay? Is that not okay?
Because that's what's funny. It's okay for the school to make, or I'm sorry, the athletic department, because that's one thing people don't realize. The athletic department and the school are two different entities. It's okay for the athletic department to make money off of your likeness and such, but you can't make money off your own likeness and such, which is just like, doesn't make any sense. So, but thankfully everything's loosening up, because it's not right.
There's going to be a lot of different changes, because I remember, a lot of these student athletes, got in trouble because they were like starving, but they were making the school like millions of dollars.
And it's always, well, you're getting a free education, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, but do you understand how far behind a student athlete is when it comes to an education than a normal student? Normal student gets to go do interns, extra classes and shit. I got to be done with class by 1:00 every day. So
it's go right to practice, right?
Then you go right to practice. That's what the schedule was like. So it was like, during the week, during the season, you had to get 3 workouts in during the week. So it was, you had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to get 3 workouts in if you weren't travel, which I wasn't travel. So I had to work out like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then you had practice you had to be at the facility for like 2:00 meetings. So your last class had to be around 1, but you also somehow have to get breakfast and lunch in there somewhere and then go to practice. And then from like 2 to 7, 8:00, you're at the practice facility, meetings, practice, treatment, all that. And then as soon as you're done with that, you go to dinner, study hall, bed, repeat. It's like, so you have no time for interns, no time for any of that extra stuff to like get you in head and like, say you want to be, or whatever degree you're pursuing, you don't have that extra time to do all the extra stuff that all these other students are doing because you're doing sports. I mean, everyone's like, well, that's their decision. It's like, okay, then let them make money and quit using they're getting a degree as an excuse. It's like, let's be honest. See, if you look at the starters, how many of them are going to use their degree? Like 4 of them. The rest are going to end up in the NFL or pursue
I
a
feel
college.
lucky, yeah.
Well, dude, I know so many people I played with are in the NFL or got a chance to go in the NFL. Once you make it in the NFL and you're there for like 4 years, you get a retirement check. So then you're good for the rest of your life.
As long as you don't do anything stupid with your money.
Yeah.
There's those horror stories out there too,
League minimum is $450,000, I think, right now.
Yeah.
And that's for a year, but it's also NFL's like almost a weekly contract. So I mean, you just break that down to like the 8 months that you're in season, then that's your weekly check, which is still a crap load of money.
Yeah. I'm not. Yeah, I wouldn't complain.
No.
I wouldn't complain either. But your college career came to an end.
Wasn't good enough.
And the draft number didn't call the name. But hey, man, you went to LSU, bro. That's like nothing to be, that's something to be very proud of.
Oh yeah.
And, then, and so did you start your YouTube channel while you were in college or?
No, I didn't start doing YouTube till I had graduated. I don't think I started it till 20. Hold on. I'm on my channel right now. I can look. Hold on. About when was it created? February 13th, 2015. So this was right. I guess I was still in college, but I wasn't posting anything. So that's when I created my Jake the Viking account. Was 2015, but I didn't actually start posting videos until like 16, 17, something like that.
Yeah. I had a channel. I had this channel started, but I just used it. I was just on other people's live stream for a while before I started making like videos on it as well.
Yeah,
and so then you had a couple of videos that kind of popped off early on. And how did MrBeast happen, man? Like give us the details. Did you bribe him? Did you beat him up?
Actually, I kind of fell into that, which is wild. So it was like I was in Louisiana. I was working at Best Buy, and I had gotten fired. It was straight up. I got terminated, and so I was trying to figure out. I was like, what the hell do I do? So I finally was like, screw it, I'll move home. I didn't want to move home because I looked at it as like moving home was like a sign of like being a failure. And so I was like, I didn't want to do that, but I finally just like sucked it up and moved home. And then while I was moved home, my brother-in-law was working at Best Buy. And then this is when Jimmy's channel started popping off. So they were like constantly going to Best Buy to buy stuff. So then my brother-in-law ended up knowing who Jimmy was through just that constant like engagement of them coming to buy stuff and them just talking. And so I think in like February, March of 2018, they had fired their manager and asked my brother-in-law to be their manager. And then 2 months later in like May, they asked me if I wanted to come on. And this is when I was doing my own thing because I was like getting into editing and all that. They're like, yeah, he knows how to edit cool stuff. I was like, I know how to cut stuff up and cut and paste. But I didn't actually know who Jimmy was until the day I pretty much got hired.
Oh, like, wow.
I wasn't watching. The only YouTube I was watching then was like Super Carlin Brothers and Logan Paul. That was kind of it. And
but MrBeast was doing that whole subscribe to PewDiePie thing.
He started doing that when I was there, yeah. But I think what he was doing before I was there was the whole cut the car up and put it inside his friend's room, the counting to 100,000 or whatever, saying Logan Paul's name X amount of times, all that stuff. He was doing that.
Yeah, those are the annoying videos like I never watched.
I never watched them.
Yeah. And so you get the call from MrBeast, and did you have to like go find him or just
I had to do an interview.
Wanted to meet you or anything?
Yeah, I had to do an interview. So I had an interview with his mom because she was running the whole operation for him at that time. Had a full-on interview with her, and she goes, what, do you want to go meet him? And I was like, might as well meet the person I possibly might be working for. Went and met him. Seemed pretty cool. He seemed pretty excited to know me. And then apparently he was telling everybody, he's like, "Oh, we got a Viking, blah, blah." It was kind of cool. So I mean, so I started working for him. That was pretty neat.
All right. So the number one. All right. I wanna pull up some stuff here.
Uh-oh.
I want the inside scoop
Uh-oh.
as much as you could say.
The inside scoop. Ooh.
Yeah, because
Hold on to your buttholes.
the first. I'm gonna share the screen here.
Uh-oh. I'm
It's
scared.
okay. Don't
I'm
be scared.
scared.
Don't be scared. Don't be scared. All right. So the first thumbnail that I see you on
Okay.
is last to leave the slime, right? That's you?
No, brother-in-law.
That's brother-in-law. All
Yeah.
right. But you're
We
here.
look
I
a lot.
spent 24 hours straight in prison.
Yep.
All right. That's your first thumbnail.
Yeah. They just want me to Ming mug Jimmy. It was so great. I don't even think I'm in that video. I kind of just helped like the cameras make sure they were good. Then I didn't have to do anything. It was great.
But they had you in the thumbnail.
Mhm.
So on top of like also being in the videos, they had you work in the like you're also a cameraman and
I was trying to do everything. I was do camera directing, setup, breakdown, all that, ideas.
dude, that's wild, man. That's wild.
It was fun.
Because
It really
these
was.
videos have gotten, and then here's your second thumbnail. Last hand to leave off the house keeps it.
Mhm. And that's a they recently went through and redid a lot of thumbnails, which they look better now. But yeah, me just
Did
looking miserable.
Did you win the house?
Me and Bailey won it. We split
Yeah.
it. And then the misconception it was a year of rent for free there, which was kind of cool.
Oh, well, that's nice.
It got us into because me and Bailey were living not in where they are. I don't know if I can say it or not. So I'm just trying to be like vague.
Yeah, no, do yeah, don't we
And
won't no
so
doxing or anything.
yeah,
Yeah, dox him. Give me his PIN number, Jake.
them doing that allowed me and Bailey to move to be in the same city so that we weren't traveling as far.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, it was super nice. It was super dope.
But you won a lot of these contests where
I
you
won the
put
egg
your
one.
Which one?
The egg one. Scroll down. The egg. You see the egg?
Make this video the most liked video on YouTube.
Yep, I won that one. That was all random. It came down to me and Chandler at the end, and they were just throwing eggs in the air. Whoever got hit by an egg lost, and Chandler got hit by an egg.
Whose house did they put all the Legos in?
Mine and Bailey's.
Did you have to clean that up?
No, thank God. They had somebody else clean it up. There was so many Legos.
All right. I didn't see I don't know if you were in any of these other ones. The giant Monopoly game.
I'm in the sub to PewDiePie. I think I'm
This one.
Am I Pew or Pie? I can't remember. I'm one of them.
Oh, so you're holding that up.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's
They
see.
wanted to take a big blanket in, and I was like, I don't think they're gonna let us in the Super Bowl with a blanket. Sure enough, they did not let us in the Super Bowl with a blanket. Oh man.
What Super Bowl was that?
That was New England versus the LA Rams. That's when New England won. It was in Atlanta.
That seems kind of cool.
Mhm.
He's done a few of these. Anything you can carry, I'll pay for it. Those things I've seen.
That's me holding that too. That was fun.
Oh, that's you. Yeah, there you are. I didn't even see that.
That one was cool. It was all empty boxes so that we could like hold more. But man, the balancing act with little duct tape was very, very difficult.
Did you win that one too, or that's just thumbnail love?
That's just anything you can carry.
Yeah. Okay.
So it was like, as much as you can carry, let's make it rock.
He got into a couple of these coming up. Largest bowl of cereal, bought everything in the store challenge.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised. This is another one. Last one to leave the VR wins 20,000. How wild was that?
I didn't have to do it. Thank gosh. I'm just in the
Oh, wouldn't that just mess up your psyche after a while? Like
100%. I mean, being in a VR for like any length of time starts to mess with you. Like I got a Valve Index now. And I was playing Beat Saber last night, and my buddy Suck had some like really crazy maps, so like the whole place like changes and shit. That was messing with me hardcore. I was like, oh my God.
That's wild. And chat, I see you guys. People saying hi, Jake. Nice to meet you.
Hello.
I have Jake the Viking's personal YouTube channel in the top of the description if you want to go check him out. He has amazing content
Watching
with
videos.
really good camera work and everything like that.
Oh, thank you,
If
Dad.
you want to check it out, a little different than pop culture stuff. If you want to break from me yelling and screaming about how crazy pop culture is, it'll be
That's one of the videos that started the paranormal stuff. The most haunted place on earth.
really.
That got me into wanting to do paranormal stuff. Like it rekindled like my want for it. Because that's at the Ohio State Reformatory.
Also, if you have a question for Jake, don't hesitate to dump it in the
$5 a question. All right.
I know you were on this thumbnail, but weren't in the video. Last to
Mhm.
leave a rotating door wins. Saw that one.
Always
And
shirtless.
you're also, yeah, you're always shirtless. What's up with that? You're also on this thumbnail. I don't think you really did much in this either. Destroying my friend's car.
Sliced my knee open in this.
How did that
That
happen?
thumbnail. There was glass on the ground. So when I sat down to getting like on my knees, like, oh my God, why did you do this? This piece of glass just went straight into my knee.
Yikes.
That was painful. Yeah. That's why I think they edited it out. But for the final shot, I had to get like cardboard to like sit my knees on, but my knee was just bleeding. I was like,
for this here. So you're on cardboard for the thumb.
yeah. Yep.
That's so wild.
So that was fun.
I don't know if you're allowed to tell this, but did he have a special photographer come out for the thumbnails alone, or was it just him on his cell phone during these?
It was us with the cameras.
Okay.
And a lot of it, you know, you gotta give credit when credit's due. A lot of it was Jimmy. Like he had the idea.
Yeah.
He would be the one getting the angles and shit.
Now,
And obviously,
I
it
mean,
worked.
you could tell like we're starting to get into the Photoshop stuff a little bit. Leave the roller coaster wins. You won that one.
That sucked.
Did you not?
Sucked so much because there was
You're
a
not
little
even in the thumbnail, but you won that one.
Yeah, there was a little part at the end of it on the ride that would do like a little whip. So every lap you would just get whack. And it was just like, this sucks.
You guys rode that. I watched that video. That was like one of my first ones. Like,
Miserable.
you guys were on that thing all day.
X-Wing
Like-
says, hey Jake, are you hiring? Jay doesn't pay me.
Yeah, don't read any X-Wing comments. He there you go. Look at that. Jake, new sub here. Looks fun.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
really something.
Thank you.
You guys, you were on that roller coaster all day. Did you did you go to the chiropractor after it was done?
Yeah, I went to my massage therapist when I got home. That
Can't
was
imagine.
it was so painful.
But
That was on the line, and we were committed.
So something like this is
That's okay. That's
like,
a cool
is that
thing.
GoPros or something? Like, how does that work?
GoPros. It's all GoPros.
Okay.
And so it was constantly having batteries and everything charging so that you could constantly just have the GoPros rolling. And then as soon as one would die, you'd be like, hey, GoPro's dead. Switch the batteries out. Keep going. And so that's one thing, like, I get asked a lot, like, oh, is it real? Yeah. Every video I was a part of was like real. So any of like the challenges, last to leave, the 24-hour stuff, that we were there for that amount of time.
Were you in the drive-through video? I don't
Yeah.
think so. Yeah, you were. Here you are, 24 hours surviving in a rainforest.
Yep.
Did you guys get sick?
No, but it was miserable because it was hot and humid.
Last to take your hand off the boat, you won this one.
Yeah, that was fun. The last to take your handoffs are fun because you start to like forget that the whole point is to keep your hand on it. And so a lot of those were like, they just like pick their hand up to do something. It's not like, oh, we need this for a bit. No, it's literally like you forget. You're like, oh yeah, that's fine. You're like, oh shit.
And you put your hand on, you lost.
Yep.
Last to fall wins. I don't think you're in this video. Oh, you are in this video.
That was that's the $1 million giveaway. That thumbnail sucked. We're all wearing harnesses and that was just miserable.
Yeah, you could see it here.
Yeah.
On Chandler's. And then I think that's it, right?
Nope. I was in it all the way to there's a hide and seek was my last one. Of course, you might have already been past it. It wasn't in the shoe one. There's a hide and seek one. Same that was entire. There might be the extreme hide and seek one. That might be my last video. I don't remember. I know my last video was a hide and seek in Hickory.
And you got caught in the elevator.
No, in Hickory, the one in Hickory, I got caught under a house.
Okay. All right. So you're part of this thing that's happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
These videos are generating over 100 million views
Mm-hmm.
per video that you're in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 100 million views. Obviously, people started to recognize you when you went out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So tell me, how was that?
I was already used to it. Like, I'm not trying to like brag. But I was kind of already used to it because the whole LSU football thing, where if you were on the football team in Louisiana, you were almost like considered like a god because you were like, that's like everyone's like football in the South is so much different than here because I'm in North Carolina and it's like if you're on the football team of a major Division I school, especially in the SEC, like dude, people love you, right? So I was already used to the whole going out and people recognizing me. But this kind of took it to a whole nother level because now it's like, anywhere I go, someone knows me somehow, and it's really cool. It's surreal, but it's a double-edged sword where it does also get annoying. Oh, we lost this. We lost this camera. Stream went black. Oh no. Wee 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 wee. Is he back?
Sorry. Holy crap. What the freak?
Yeah. Well, you good?
I don't know. I think a plane flew over. Think a plane flew over. It's like, if that happens again, you got to take over. I
Oh,
literally
man.
heard you. I heard all the way up to being part of LSU, and then it was like, and then all of a sudden I'm like, the whole screen went black, and I'm like, "Yep, here we go. Here we go."
Chat.
I mean, they could still hear you, so if it goes
Yeah,
off,
yeah.
just like you can
Keep
just keep
rolling.
going because I'm just gonna take the MP3 out and put it in the podcast thing. So
I was like, oh no. I was like, we've
that's how
lost
it
Jay.
is. Yeah, yeah. So I could edit it to make it look like nothing ever happened on my end.
It's like,
Hey,
what?
so it's freaking crazy, man. I could stream on Saturdays all day without a problem, and then the next day it's like we're struggling.
We're
We're
struggle
struggling.
busting
Yeah.
right
So
now.
if I dip out like this for some reason,
Mhm.
it just I don't know, whatever. It
Keep it
is what
right.
it
Got
is.
it.
Yeah. But anyway, we were getting back to it's just you're getting it, like I said, you're getting 100 million. You're used to it from LSU of people recognize you probably on campus and thing. I mean, you stand out. I stand next to this guy and he's bigger than me. He's taller. Probably more wider than Jake. That's a given. But
We
I
got
eat
broad
more.
shoulders.
Yeah. Waistline. And but like I said, like you're getting hundreds of millions of views, and it's almost like how do you even go to these places at this point to set up to film knowing that people they know exactly who you are, and the fan base of everyone that's part of this crew and everything are just they not that they're rabid, but you're freaking you're at this point you're a celebrity. And listen, this is how I know. Recently I went with Jake to Busch Gardens in Virginia. They invited Jake out to participate in their Halloween event, and Jake's like, "Dude, I got an extra ticket. You want to go?" And I'm like, "Sure, I'll go hang out with Jake." And I don't know how we were going to fit on the rides together. We did manage a couple of them I looked at and went, "Nah, bro, it ain't gonna work. There's no way we're gonna sit together on this ride." But while we were at Busch Gardens, I have an Instagram reel of it. We were fine until that one person was like, "Hey!" Like as soon as that happened,
Guys,
every time.
let me set this up real quick. We were riding Apollo's chariot and we rode it twice. And then when we come back around the second time, there's this massive group of people standing by the exit. And Jay looks at me and goes, "Hey, they're all waiting for you." I was like, "They better not be." Sure enough, they were all waiting because,
And
like,
I left him.
someone was like, "Oh, it's the dude from MrBeast." I was like, "God damn it!" Oh, it's cool. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I sound like I'm being a jerk, but it's like it's super cool. Like, I love it. I think it's really neat. Like I strive to always be the person that I would want to meet when I'm out and about. So I'm always there with a smile, no matter what. It's like, yeah, dude, let's get a picture. Heck yeah, nice meeting you. All that. Like I'm like legit. Like that's
No,
real.
you've always
But
been good to fans.
and also in the same hand, it's like, man, it'd be really cool to be like not famous, so I wouldn't get stopped every 5 minutes while I'm trying to just enjoy my time. But I mean, that's part of the double-edged sword. Like I appreciate the hell out of it. Like I love the fans. I love meeting them.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's like if it wasn't for them, then I wouldn't be able to do the things I do. But at the same time, it's like, holy crap, I'm about to start charging for pictures.
I know, right? I was like, that's what I kept telling you. The funny thing is, so we're at Busch Gardens, everyone, and we've got these VIP passes, which means they bring out an employee from the park to walk us around, and we don't have to wait on any lines because they know that we're filming, promoting their Halloween event. So it's kind of like we had that special pass. They're like, we want you to film. We want you to be in the front. Yeah, we want you to be in the front row because you're going to get the footage and all that stuff like that. So we go. There was one ride. Yeah, the ride that we were like, we get on it, and the people that were waiting for the front row were waiting for like an hour, and the lady like takes us around the back, and I'm going, oh, those people look mad. They put their hand up to the people in the front row, like, you gotta wait. So we get in the front row and we go on the ride. The ride was freaking awesome. And then Jake looks at me and goes, they said we could ride it again. I just got to give her the 2 fingers. And then they'll let us ride it a second time. I'm like, those people are going to be so mad. So we pull up and someone yells, it's MrBeast and Jake the Viking. And I'm like, I'm not Mr. I look nothing like him.
Oh, dude.
And Jake gives the lady the 2 fingers, and I'm like, we don't even look at the people in the front row because you can hear there was an older guy, and he's like, why are they? How come we've been in this line? What's going? And we can hear him, and we're like, don't look. We're like, start the ride.
Dude,
So
that same thing happened.
So we go on the ride. I'm like, as soon as we pull up, because one person yelled, as soon as we pull up, all I saw were all these people. Yeah, Jay. And I'm like, all these people are here to see you. He goes, nah. We get to the exit, and there's like 50, 100 people waiting for Jake. I simply walk through the crowd. Yeah. Nobody knows who I am. I walk through the crowd, and I go to get my book bag where my camera is. And Jake's just like, hi. Jake, this is Jake the whole time. He got his hand up waving, picture. This line starts forming at the exit of a roller coaster. People are trying to get off the ride to get out. There's a crowd of people.
You left me.
And I was like, what am I supposed to do? Like, what am I supposed to do?
Grab my shoulder, Jake. We got to go. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But no, I was gonna say the same thing happened. I went up to Busch Gardens last weekend with my friend Heather, and I was telling her because we were getting to skip the line and go to the front. I was like, just don't make eye contact with people in line. Just don't look at them. Just go to your seat, sit down, don't look up at them. Because it's like I feel so bad because it's part of that whole like, oh, you get to skip the line and sit in the front row. So you have people like waiting, and you just get to go wee right on. You're just like, not gonna eye contact with you. Just gonna sit down, put my little harness down, click the button, just not look over at you until we are gone.
That was wild, man. Well, but that wasn't the only time. Like we were in the throughout the whole park. We were fine until that one person just kind of snapped a little bit. My favorite is with because MrBeast attracts a younger audience, and so there's a lot of young people that really were. It's wild because some of the young people that got their picture with you on that day, I'm watching, they got a little emotional. You know, they were like, I've been watching you for years, you know, and you've always brought joy to my life. And, you know, I get to meet you. I remember like the one was a dad walked up to you and was like, hey, are you on YouTube? Because my daughter's freaking out and, you know, she's only 11 and she wants to get a phone. And you're like, it's fine. Bring her over here. So the way that you, you know, handled yourself it's top tier, man. It really is, because I've been around a lot of people that are like, hey, I'm trying to enjoy myself at the park. like, but you
It's
did not do that whatsoever. You took time with almost everyone
that was a funny one. You talking
that
about
wanted
dad.
the picture.
When we were up there Busch Gardens again, when I was there with Heather, dude, I walked past this dad, and the dad is pulling exactly what I would do, like when I become a dad and this shit happens. He literally just goes, "Hey, is that him? Is that
Yeah.
the YouTube guy?" As I'm walking by, I'm like, "Fuck!" It's just like, God damn it. I'm just like thinking to myself, like, "Shut up, shut up."
Is that the is that the
I'm
YouTube
pretty sure
guy?
Heather like turned and was like, "What? Yeah." And I'm like, "No, stop, stop."
There's a
Run!
generation of people that don't quite get
Nah, it's cool.
YouTube
Like,
I know it's cool, but I'm just saying there's always that generation of people that don't understand YouTube celebrity,
yeah,
or like streamer celebrity or
that's
and
also
stuff
one of
like
the
that.
things.
And so they kind of like they'll look down at us like, you guys aren't really famous. You just play
Yeah,
video games. How dare you?
that's what's funny because they're like, "Oh, you're a YouTuber." It's like YouTube still doesn't have. I don't feel like YouTube's starting to get it, but it still doesn't have that name where it's like a legitimate like profession yet. And so when you tell people it's like, "Oh, he's famous on YouTube," they're like, "Okay." Like it's not the same status as like being like an actor or actress in Hollywood where you're famous for a movie, even though pretty sure people are getting more views on a YouTube video than most movies that get put out.
Yeah, I'm telling you though,
That's crazy to think about.
the we went to the Anime Matsuri Comic-Con convention. They had the artists, they had voice actors, and they had YouTubers and TikTokers, and everybody was there for YouTubers and TikTokers, and the lines to meet them were just rapping
Mhm,
daily, while the other celebrities, and nothing to knock on them,
mhm,
is they were walk-ups.
mhm.
And they're starting, like, even some of the MegaCon places we went, where they had, I was there with Gina, and the Cobra Kai people were there, and people from, how the comic conventions work, and they had, older actors that like a lot of people from the Lord of the Ring franchise was there. They had a section where they were adding YouTubers and people on TikTok, and those lines were like, I'm like, it's you and I think you're right. It's like it's just starting to turn
Mhm.
where people are finding their entertainment more through streaming instead of watching regular TV,
You're
you
finding
know?
you're finding your entertainment through your cell phone instead of like sitting home on the couch watching TV. Like people don't do that really anymore, and that's what's sad because I'm a big movie guy. Like I love watching movies. I love like watching like different TV series and shit, and it's just kind of like this is fun. Like I'm like binging. Was it The Last of Us right now? Because I think it's incredible so far. Regardless of what people want to think about that third episode, but whatever. Um, and even like that and like House of Dragon and all that stuff, it's fun to sit down and watch, but people don't do that anymore. They get all their shit through their phone. They're just like, "Oh, I'm just gonna look at my phone. Okay, we're good."
Yeah. Well, the other thing is too is like we're falling in love, and I know I do. I don't even watch some of these shows, but I like to watch people break the shows down
Mhm.
and
It's cool seeing people pick shit out that you like miss completely.
yeah, that and especially like cringy shows that people don't like. I love to see YouTubers rip them up. For me, that is like top tier entertainment, and I enjoy that more than actually the actual show. But yeah, it's just like that's the market, and now the YouTube is so big now that we have these like people that are trying to compete, such as Rumble and Odyssey,
Mhm.
and hopefully um we'll see them grow to the point where it is friendly competition.
Yep.
It just seems like you have how many followers on TikTok?
2.8.
Yeah, 2.8 million.
Mhm.
All right. What's the most viewed TikTok that you have? Like how many views?
Put me on fire now, dude. I want to say 7, 8 million.
All right, 8. So we'll say 8 million. 8 million people watched your what was it, 30 seconds?
Yep.
Yeah, 8 million people, and 2 million people find you that interesting to follow you on
I mean,
TikTok.
another thing too is like I have make it even crazier. I have several videos with over 1 million views, so it's like that just tells you it's like here's 1.5, 2.3, 1.3,
What
2.3.
platform is that?
This is all on TikTok.
TikTok. Yeah, no,
It's
I know what your numbers are because I know you, but I'm just like for people listening.
Yeah, but I'm just saying like that's how much content is consumed through your phone now. Like,
Yeah.
so it's just crazy to me. Like again, there's like 2.7, 3.5. Like it's just it. And some of these videos that go viral, I'm like, I don't know fucking why. Okay.
Do you find a different audience on TikTok than you do on YouTube? And hello, Dwayne Johnson's in the chat. Finally, The Rock has come back to Drunk 3PO. Thanks for being here. I didn't like Black Adam, but thanks for being here. Do you find you have a different audience on TikTok than you do on other platforms?
It's all different. It's all different people across everything, but the age range is the same.
Yeah.
I would say. Yeah. It's the 18 to like 32 is my biggest. 36, whatever it is. 1836, 1832.
And so we're gonna get into some YouTube numbers next, but like what goes into like how long does it take for you to put a TikTok together? And
depends on the TikTok.
Okay.
I can do some that take me 5 minutes, and I can take some that take me 2 hours. It just depends.
The one that got 8 million views, how long did that take you to make?
Let me double check to see which one that is.
Yeah, just
I gotta remember what it is. Like 15 minutes.
15 minutes. This dude.
Because it's me. It's the one where it's like, oh, it's been 9 years. Do you miss it? So it's got a little song going. It's me just like looking at the camera, and then it just cuts to me like posting pictures. And so it might not even take in 15 minutes.
Okay,
and so yeah.
All right. So to the young TikTok creator that could be listening, and TikTok could be banned from America in the next 3 months. So
I don't get that whole thing because I thought that was the whole reason why we had a U.S. company buy it. Yeah,
it is what it is. I'm not into the political stuff. But for the young TikTok creator, what is your what kind of advice would you give to them for their
post whatever the hell you want to post?
All right.
Literally be yourself. Show who you are as a unique individual because everybody's unique. Everyone's different, and just show that.
Yeah, but how many should they post a day?
However many you want. I mean, there's like creator burnout's real, and through that depression and shit. So don't like overdo it. If you post one a week, cool. If you post like 5 a day, cool. Just be consistent in whatever it is you're doing, but also be ready to like, if you need to take a step back and have a break, take a step back and have a break. It's not your followers aren't going to disappear overnight. Your views aren't going to tank overnight. Well, I mean, they might, but like
TikTok's a different animal than YouTube, and we'll move that. We'll hit that conversation.
Algorithms are dog doo-doo, but it's literally just like I've dealt so much with algorithm either pushing a video or not pushing a video to the point where it's literally just post whatever you want to post. If you enjoy making cringe thirst traps like I do sometimes with my beard videos, make cringe thirst traps. Like if you enjoy doing like outfit reveals, do outfit reveals. If you enjoy doing the get ready with me, do it. If you enjoy making funny comedy skits, do it. Like just do what you enjoy doing, because that way it's not going to feel like a job and you're not going to hate it after like doing it for a week.
But there's also a point in chasing trends too, right?
Like do trends. Like if you find a trend that you like, do it. Screw it. Play around with it. But like find a way to do it your own unique way. Like I do a bunch of trends because the thing I find fun in it is that people don't expect me to do trend or do trends. So I do them because then it's like, oh my god, why he's doing this trend? Wow, that's so funny. That's I mean, like one of my most viewed videos is a trend. It's 5.6 million views, and it's one of the singing. What song is it? Oh, Sugar Crash.
But so also, what does TikTok pay their creators? Like, how does that work?
Nothing. The TikTok creator fund is terrible because it's money that gets deposited into an account. I think it's dispersed out to everyone that's in the TikTok creator fund. And obviously the more views you get, the more money you get paid, but all that gets quickly depleted by your bigger people who are in it. So someone who's averaging like 10 million views a video takes up all of that before it gets down to someone like me who averages probably like 50,000 views a video. However, for me, it's like, I'm not using it to create money. I'm using it to push like brand deals. So like if a brand comes to me and like, yo, we want you to post on YouTube, it's like, all right, well, how about we include TikTok and you pay me X amount more?
Yeah.
So
see, that's the thing that I believe a lot of people could be missing is
Mhm.
that when brands approach you, they could pay you a lot when you show them numbers,
Mhm.
and it's like, hey, I want you to hold this cup. All right, what do you charge? Well, I have 2 million followers on TikTok. So if I have a videos where I'm holding this cup for a couple of them, it's going to be 1,000 or whatever the number it is. It's like
Mhm.
this, and this. And usually they come back and go, that's great. We'll do this. We'll do this. And
Yes.
then you get like a small contract of whatever, 3 to 4 videos, maybe a discount code, things like that. And then you go from there. So um, it's that's where I think a lot of creators miss out on that kind of money
Mhm.
from brand deals because they're trying to chase the algorithm and get paid. Now, for me, if people don't realize that I'm actually in the Instagram pool. So I get paid to post Instagram reels.
Same.
But just like Jake said, there ain't no money there. So this is just I'm gonna give you guys an insider of what happened. So all of a sudden, Instagram sent me a message. They're like, "Hey, we like your reels. We would like to put you in the bonus." They call it the bonus, right? Is that right?
Bonus. Yeah.
Um, yeah, we want to put you in the bonus. Post more reels and get paid. And the first time I saw that, I was like, "Oh snap! Bye bye YouTube. Bye bye everything. Let's just get some reels done." So that first time I had like some banger reels. I had Gina Carano in these reels that were getting 50,000 views. I had all this. And my first payout was $32 for the whole month.
Really, apparently, I've got like 101 right now for 2 videos. But
$100.
yeah, bonus plays, 36.4 thousand views, and it's got like $101.64 approximate bonus. But at the
Yeah.
same
So
time, here's where it gets even more fun because I'm pretty sure you'll hit on this. Some reels don't count towards the
yeah.
bonus for whatever
No,
reason, and it doesn't tell you why it doesn't count. It's just like, nope, the video doesn't count because it's showing like
yeah.
I've only posted 2 reels on Instagram. Like, no, I've posted a couple more than 2, and it's just like, well, the other ones don't count. You're just like, well, why not? And there's like, because it doesn't. But why? Don't worry about it.
Yeah. I had
Creation.
the when I reposted a TikTok on my reel, I immediately got a notification from Instagram saying, hey, that reel has a watermark from another company. Monetization denied. And I'm like, well, you only sending me like $50 a month for posting a couple reels. It's not like a big thing. But hey, I ain't knocking it. I ain't knocking the little money that I get from it. Trust me, it all goes into the big pond of things. But TikTok works pretty similar, correct?
Mhm.
So if you're the dude that does the million whatever, and like they're the ones that are making bank, right? So there are some creators on TikTok that are doing really well,
Mhm.
and they kind of mix the TikTok and Reels together to try to do well.
Yeah, if you're pulling in a lot of views, dude, you're doing really well. But I'm trying to find mine. I don't know
Yeah,
where.
see, a lot of views to me is like 2,000 on TikTok. I had one TikTok blow up because
Mhm.
I didn't know what to do on TikTok, but just advertise my YouTube channel. So basically, that's all I do. I talk news. The same thing I do on my videos for Drunk 3POs, the same thing you're going to find on TikTok, just in a shorter form. And this whole Hogwarts Legacy thing has been good to my TikTok. So it's like one's just got 100,000, and I was like, I'm the king of the world.
It
100,000 views on TikTok. And
says
then
I've got
here comes Jake.
30.
Yeah, 8 million casual.
Says I've got $35 available balance on TikTok.
$35 for
35
millions of views.
buckaroos, dude.
There you go. That's
And I don't know what videos that are for because the last video 172,000, 17,000, 8,800, 11,000, 60,000, 8,200, 30,000, 12,000. So I don't know what videos are counting towards it, but that gives you an idea.
yeah, so there you have it. So a lot if you're smart, you use TikTok to promote another. Basically, I like a lot of creators use TikTok to promote something else
Mhm.
that either it's their business, either it's their YouTube channel, either it's whatever, like you said, for brand deals and stuff like that, not for a general income,
Mhm.
because it's just not worth it unless you're like famous.
But
And it's
where's
kind of
the most
crazy because
money?
but don't
Yeah.
you think they set the dial of that too?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. So
The
it's
thing is,
like,
where you get your money is brand deals. That's if we want to talk about how content creators make money or how I make money and shit, brand deals. That's the big one. And so that's the one that pushes you to constantly keep creating content, because the more views you average, the more followers you get, the more you get paid from brand deals, and the more brand deals you'll get.
Oh yeah, I I hung out with Jake at Vegas, and his phone wouldn't stop ringing, and everyone was like, "Can you hold this? Can you fly this? Can we do this? Can we do that?"
Dude.
And I'm like, "I
Had
got
that
to get
Raid
there."
Shadow Legends.
Yeah, I got to get there. Eat from the Magic Spoon cereal company. You know, all those Disney Emoji Plus. That's like Disney Emoji Blitz. That's the other one. But hey, what's up, Matt? I see Cajun Corey, Lindsay, Alex is in the chat. Weasel. Just wanted to say hey to everyone. X-Wing.
Hello.
That I could see. Y'all are like, I'm glad you guys are enjoying it and what you hear. But speaking from TikTok to YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
your YouTube shorts also are doing extremely well. Now you had one YouTube short that hit over 10 million.
It's like, hold on.
Oh yeah, see, I did my research. You don't even know. Like this guy just like I get 10 million views casual.
Shit, I wish. 14 million is what it's at.
Oh my bad.
Mhm.
My bad. 14.
14
All right,
million.
so Jake showed me the analytics of that short. It got so he's at 14 million views. It gained him over 66,000 subscribers
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
and made what $2.
It didn't make anything because it wasn't. What do you mean? Oh wait, hold on. Since monetized, I'm at $8.61.
There it
Baby,
is.
there it is.
Well,
We-
that's the thing I'm gonna ask you like a month down is like since YouTube now has monetized their shorts and you're the king of YouTube shorts right now that you're
By
gonna
the way,
I wonder how that's
90
gonna affect, like monetization.
90,000 subscribers gained
Yeah. So did you
on
guys
that.
hear that? One YouTube short from Jake has more subscribers than I have on my YouTube channel.
Listen, dude, you don't have to put it that way, okay? You don't have to
I
put it
think
like
that's
that. All right?
awesome, man.
That's
I think that's awesome. That gives me hope because maybe one day I'll crack the code. Like you'll film me falling down the stairs or something, and I
There
can
it
throw that
is.
on a short and get 10 million views, and there's
There it
my
is.
100,000. So look at X-Wings like, be right back. I'm gonna make some shorts.
Well, Lindsay put the crying emoji.
So shorts are good for views and subs, not good at making dough. We don't really know that yet. They just turned on the monetization
Yep.
feature. So if you're monetized on YouTube, your shorts automatically get monetized. Your short. I keep thinking of clothes, but yeah. So Jay got a 14 million. But you have a lot of other shorts that have really
Mhm.
cracked
We got
off.
we got some decent ones. We got 14 million, 2.8 million, 1.1 million, 856,000, 498,000, 475,000,
Yeah,
279,000. The only problem, my most recent short did do. Wait, no, that's at 96,000.
yeah. 96,000 isn't doo doo for people like us that get 2,000.
Listen, dude. Listen, when you know about me, I'm at almost 1.5
I know,
million subscribers,
I know, man. I know.
and my average is like 20K. Okay. So when it's videos that are supposed to get pushed by our Lord and Savior YouTube,
Yeah.
and it only has 96,000 views, I will say it's doo doo.
But the thing is with your content though, it's like evergreen. And so speaking of content that you put out, Jake the Viking um has specialized in doing ghost hunts and ghost tours in a lot of like locations. I mean, if you go to his YouTube channel, you can see he's been to the Conjuring house. The one that I was invited to, we went to Penhurst, and that was the creepiest place I've ever seen in my entire existence.
That place is
Uh
creepy. That had the whole vibe and everything that you would expect, like something of that caliber to have, and that was creepy, man. That place
So
was
we pull up, right? So Jake's like, "You gonna do this with me?" I'm like, "Yeah, no problem." So I'm in the car with them. He pulls up at this one house, and it's all abandoned and broken. I'm like, "Oh, we're gonna stay in this room, like this little house." And
like a
Jake's
little
like,
hut, like a garage.
"No, man, we're going to an entire haunted insane asylum village that's
Like
been
around the corner.
closed down, to the 80s, right?" And I was like, "Oh, okay, no problem." We get back in the car. We start driving in to Penhurst Asylum. You guys look it up. It was in they used it to film it for Stranger Things.
Mhm.
Um we pull up and I see these giant buildings, right? And they're all wood and it is freaking creepy as all get out. We pull up, right?
Dilapidated brick buildings everywhere. Just
It is freaking creepy. We pull up and the first thing I see is tiki torches on fire in the front. And I'm sitting here like, "What is that about?" And Jake's like, "I don't know, man. Let's just go. We're getting the equipment out." And I keep looking at all these people standing around. Something had happened to someone and they were celebrating someone's death, right? Did someone die?
yeah, someone had just passed away.
Right.
So
And
they were
so
having like
they were celebrating
celebration
this
party.
person's death at this abandoned insane asylum. And if you don't know what Penhurst was, I'll give a brief background and Jake can fill in the if I said something wrong. But like in the early 80s, 70s and 80s, if you thought your child had an issue, they took special needs kids and everything, and they put them in this.
Any and the YouTube's probably gonna hate me for saying it, any form of like retardation that you
Yeah,
would see in a child, they basically dumped them there as like, I don't want them, you take them.
yeah, it
And
was horrible.
it was to the idea was that you were weeding them out of society. So it was like they felt that it was a disease that was hereditary. And
Yeah,
so they felt like they could just weed them out because for a while, like the boys and girls weren't even allowed to like mingle.
yeah,
Um, even to the fact where they were telling us, what was it? Hitler sent a letter to them, be like, "Hey, dude, y'all did a fucking great job over here."
yeah.
So it wasn't 78. It was like what, 30s, 20s, 30s, big time when it was going down.
It was wild. They did experimental therapies like shock therapies. They tied it's everything bad that you could think of in the movies that they did to what they assumed were crazy people. They did experimental surgeries, all kinds of things, horrible things they did to children, locking them up in rooms, like,
Yep.
and we got to what made it worse was we get there, well, at least for me, we get there and the first thing that they do, um, they gave us a tour. And so we're walking around and they're showing us, yeah, these were like padded rooms at the time. This is where they locked kids in that freaked out. This is where we did this, surgeries here. And then what I didn't realize in these giant buildings, you're talking about like 4-story buildings made of brick and wood, like that old creepy style building, was a whole underground tunnel system where they could transport these kids. They would strap them on beds, like tie them up like, while they're screaming and whatever. And instead of like pushing them on the outside to get them to the next room, they transported them underground so no one, like if reporters or whatever, if someone was there, like they didn't see these freaking kids like going nuts. It was horrible, like to hear these stories. So
Yep.
we're going there, and I was like, Jake, I'm gonna record something real quick and just like a quick walkthrough. So they're outside talking. And I get a little lost. I go all the way to the basement of one. I'm walking around. It's pitch black. There's no electricity. You can't see anything. And somebody had just set up these little dolls everywhere. And I just immediately was like, all right, I think I'm done. And we go up and I'm like, all right, I think I'm good here, man. And Jake's like, well, we're just getting started. Now Jake has all this fancy equipment and um with these
Fancy
like ghost trip wires and all this stuff and so that's all in the video. You could go see Penhurst. I'm in there and I'm freaking out, and our friend Amanda was there too, and she had to leave early because she just couldn't handle that. She couldn't handle that. But for me, like the worst part, like I told Jake, I said I might not be the best person to go on these things because it's not that I don't believe. It's more like I'm just like I'm just Jay. I wander around,
Yep.
and so
It worked out really well. Like we had a really cool fun time. But
wait.
I was pulling
Really
this up.
cool fun time is not what I call that. Like,
Oh god.
let's just rephrase it. That
To
was
give
an
to give your
experience.
to give your chat something too, real quick. I looked it up because I was trying to figure out. In 1977, the U.S. District ruled that the conditions at Penhurst State School violated patients' constitutional rights.
Hmm.
And so then it was shut down.
It was a horrible
To give you
place.
an
Like,
idea, 1968 conditions at Penhurst were exposed in a 5-part television news report anchored by local WCAU TV correspondent Bill Baldini, and that's related to what is it? American Horror Story. What was it? Season 2 when they're in San Asam. That's what that whole season was based off of, was Penhurst. If y'all didn't know. So yeah, so like 1903 to 1977 ish is when it was being used.
yeah, it
Oh,
wasn't like when we were done, like we were done like at 4 in the morning, and I was like the last 2 hours there, I was like, I'm ready to like mentally, I was like, I'm here for Jake. We're gonna do this video, but I was like, I'm ready to go. The worst thing for me, there was times where it was like you heard stuff and the flashlight coming on and off was really weird. I can't explain that. And the worst thing for me was when we were in those tunnels and that freaking bat kept hitting
oh
our
god, that's
heads.
bad, dude.
That just like
I was
it
ready to
was
start
like,
swinging on that bat.
so the lady that was with us was like, "Hey, turn your flashlight off." And I'm like, "No." And they're like, "Well, the bat's gonna keep attacking you if you have the flash." I was like, I turned the flashlight off and I still feel it buzz in my head. And me and Jake are tall, man, and those places were built small. So it's like half the video I'm like walking like this
Mhm.
because I don't want a bat to hit me right in the face. And so I had to turn the the light on and all that's like I had to keep the flashlight on. And they're like, "No, you gotta turn it off." Um, but yeah, it was wild. So here I'll
Under
show.
the vanilla.
You see, that was weird too. It's like we walked into one room and it was like straight up. Oh, that's not what I was trying to share.
That's on
Not
the
my
screen. I
stream.
like that one.
Not my stream. Here it is here,
Not
chat.
my stream.
So this is Jake the Viking's YouTube channel. As you can see, as almost a 1.49 million views, and the videos. Here he is, the haunted asylum.
That trailer's
That
badass.
was the trailer that was freaking awesome. These are it here. I was in these videos as well, but he also has visited other places, as you could see, in these asylums. Freaking wild stuff. Scariest night of my life. This and that. The Conjuring. You did the Conjuring. Got you like that was like million viewed video
Yeah,
or
that was like
2
3
million.
million, I think. I think we got to like 3 million.
Yeah, that was a wild one, man.
That one we
That
got
was a wild
lucky.
one.
That one got lucky because there it is. Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
2.9.
it's almost 3
Uh,
million.
we posted it the day before the Conjuring 3 trailer dropped. So it was
Ah,
like stupid, super lucky, just timing where I uploaded the video, got a lot of views. I was like, I think we almost had like, I think off the rip, like 1,000 people watching it during the live premiere. And then all of a sudden the next day, Conjuring 3 trailer drops. And it was like, oh shit. And it just blew up.
what
Like
does a
to the
3 million
moon.
what does a 3 million viewed video make? And you do
I'll
not have to
tell you.
share that. I was just like,
No, I'll tell you. I don't give a fuck. Hold on. Content.
while you're doing that, I'm gonna read this. F for $10. Jay gets lost in an asylum, comes out changed into a Canadian bear forever for its truest self. Oh dear God. Yes, I I was grateful because when I walked our friend Amanda back to her car, Jake
Mhm.
was in like the bowels of hell in the asylum, and
Oh, the tunnels.
I had to walk all the way through these freaking houses alone and find my way back somehow to the group. And I
You did
did.
a great job.
So
You did
I eventually made it. And like Jake looks at me, he's like, "You good, bro?" I was like,
it.
"Yeah, yeah."
2.9 million views over the entire lifetime of the Conjuring video has garnished $17,456.22.
There it is. So a 3 million, almost a 3 million viewed video could make you up to $17,000.
Yep.
So
And
that, yeah, we're talking YouTube. So
that has
no,
a
not Wicked Virtue, Amanda. Our friend Amanda from Nine Line Apparel. Not Wicked Virtue, Amanda.
my most
So
viewed video, the MrBeast, which has 18 million, is at $27,946.17.
almost $30,000 for.
Doll hairs. Yep.
But dude, to hit 16 million on a video it's like 1 in a billion, dude.
Mhm.
It's a lot. That's why
And that's
people
what
like
that's
MrBeast have cornered that, and PewDiePie. Like, you don't really talk about anyone else. that really gets that kind of view. So the fact that you have that on your channel alone is
Well,
incredible.
what sucks now though is YouTube has gone into a way where it's like you're no longer creating videos for yourself or for your viewers. You're creating videos for an algorithm,
Yeah.
because things have changed so much. So now it's like,
Yeah.
and that's why I'm like, I'm to the point now where I'm like full on just fuck it mode, where like we've got the SHOT Show vlogs about to go up.
Yeah.
I got a couple more vlog stuff I'm going to be doing. And it's just kind of like, I'm just going to post anything and everything. Cause like, I'm not going to do this whole, oh, I've got to make this type of video to fit the algorithm. Like, that's stupid. Like, that's not what this was all about. So,
It YouTube now changes their algorithm every what this guy was saying was like every 3.5, 4 months.
mhm.
And so people that were making videos for a certain, like you said, for a certain type, once that algorithm changes, if they don't really change with it, it it's a mess. You're right. I mean, it's just a mess.
Well,
And
it's just like TikTok now. Like, my For You page is nothing but people I already follow. And like
ah,
some of it has been videos. And I'm just like, what is happening? Like, it's just weird. It's because like I was talking to some, I can't remember who it was I was talking to, but it was basically it'll go to like for like 4 weeks, it'll go to your viewers for your subscribers first, and if they don't watch it, it won't get pushed. But then like the next 4 weeks, it'll go straight to the For You page, and it's kind of it don't make sense. I just want for a platform to exist where if I have 1.5 million subscribers,
yeah,
then in a month or 2 month time period, all 1.5 million of those people who subscribe to my channel will see my video.
yeah.
I am guaranteed 1.5 million impressions, which means you're scrolling through YouTube, boom, you see my video, you can keep scrolling, that's still an impression. I'm like, why is that so hard? It shouldn't be. You know what I mean?
No, it isn't. And even your old pal MrBeast has come out and said that his views have peaked and they're
Mhm.
not as big as they used to. And he's like, I'm gonna have to change things.
Yep.
When the number one YouTuber in the world puts out on Twitter, I have to change things because I ain't getting, for some reason, YouTube itself isn't even getting anything. And yes, Gamer Word is correct. He said YouTube ain't gonna like the SHOT Show videos. Yeah, I posted my SHOT Show video on my other channel. That channel average is like, it's not very big. It gets like 1,000 views per video. I put the SHOT Show video up, it's like at 300. Just pressed away in existence. They don't like you know, they don't like that. YouTube only likes the content that they like. And
Mhm.
if you don't
That's a
do
great
what they
statement.
like, you know,
YouTube only likes the content that they like. Mhm, mhm.
that's true. You agree?
Which that content is the big, like, I mean, like Beast, Eric, all those dudes like videos where I'm just like, bro, but that's like, I don't know. You're just recreating like TV shows and shit at that point.
Did you yeah, that's the thing. TV shows. When you had to make that video like why I left Mr. Beast,
Mhm.
what was like
Like,
you just
why did I
like
make
where
this?
people just when you left Mr. Beast to do your own thing,
Huh?
right? Were people like were you just getting like tons of messages? Like I see the
I was
comments.
kind of,
Like
yeah,
I see the
I was
comments
kind
like
of
now
today.
that like we're yeah, now that we're like friends. I see the comments. They're like, bring Jake back. Where's Jake? Let this and that. Jake's my
Yeah.
favorite. Da 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 da. Even
So
when the people that we met, they're like, Jake, hey, Jake, hey, Jake. But then you had to come together and say, like, I gotta tell my piece. I don't,
yeah, I
you
made
don't have
that
to get
video.
into the details of like anything behind the scenes or
I'm
anything, but it was
trying
like
if you'll let me.
I'm just trying to set you up. I'm throwing the
Jesus.
softball, man.
No, I made that video because I was doing I'm still doing the full-time streaming thing. And I was just getting constantly people coming in. Hey, why aren't you in the videos anymore? Hey, why aren't you in Beast? Why haven't I seen you in Beast? And I was like, I'm tired of answering the same question a million times. So I'm just going to make a video that answers the question and that's it. Because I'm like, I had no intentions that this would blow up because at the time I had like 30,000 subscribers. Um, my videos weren't getting that many like views, like left and right. And it was kind of just like whatever, just doing YouTube on the side. And then I posted the video because I was like, hey, this is why I left, like just so people can stop fucking asking, right? And then it blew up, and I was like, oh, which Thankful it blew up, but at the same time, it caused more questions because, like, or it didn't even help the situation because I'm still getting asked, "Hey, why aren't you on videos anymore?" I'm like, 18 million view video, and people are still asking why I'm not in the videos.
Yeah.
I was just like, what? Of
What
course,
I
then that makes you realize how many people are in the world. I mean, what is it? North Carolina alone has a population of like 10 million, I think.
yeah.
So,
No, it's true because I remember every time you got stopped, they're like, "We miss you on MrBeast." What? And you're like, "I got a
right.
video. You can go watch it. It explains everything on
Yeah,
my
yeah.
channel." Um, you know, it's just life, man. It's just people just don't know. They just don't know, but they want to know, and they're always fishing for drama and all that stuff. What
Mhm.
I find funny, and I text you this. I'm like, anytime like a bigger YouTuber needs to get like some views to like get their channel popping a little bit, there's so many of these videos out. All the people that Mr. Beast have fired, right? Like those
It-
videos,
That's
or
just
all the people that have left Mr. Beast. Like there is like tons of those videos, and you are in every one of them. And it is kind of neat though that they don't really say anything negative about you. They're just like, well, Jake made a video and he said he left on good terms, and here's his sub count. He's doing really well. Now on to the next one. Now this guy, I don't know who he was. He just fell off the face of the earth. And then this
yeah.
guy, I think something happened. And then this guy.
You see
So
those and you're like, oh, views low.
yeah, yeah. And
Views low this month?
those videos do like millions, man.
Well, it's
Like,
because you're using like the number one name on YouTube, bro.
well, I mean, I put it in the title of this.
Yeah, you're literally using the number one name. So this was before he blew up to this level. The first video I saw. Oh, I remember when we posted the in 20,000 magnets stop a bullet, and I remember, dude, all of us were like, "This video is so dumb. There's no shot this does good. No shot." And then that shit went ultra viral. I was
Yeah,
just like, what?
yeah.
That was
Have you heard his recent
something.
controversies where
Oh, with
the blind
the
kids?
blind stuff. Look, I have okay.
Now, hold on. Thank
This
you,
is
Wicked Virtue, for the $3 super sticker.
my personal opinion. I haven't watched the video, but from what I've gathered, at we have to, and nothing against the Beast crew, nothing against those guys because what they're doing is really cool. Like, I mean, the amount of money they
Yeah.
spend on videos and the good that they're doing is cool. But it's like, at what point does it stop being philanthropy? You know what I mean? And how are you able to say you're curing blindness when all you're doing is paying for someone's surgery? And that's where I draw the line. I'm kind of just like, now it's coming off as you're doing too much.
Well, the thing
Does that
is
make
too,
sense?
it's like that video, his normal average was like 110 million.
Mhm.
Like that video didn't do well either.
Mm-mm.
So, you know, I don't know, man. It's like I don't know where you draw that line. For
Yep.
me, it's like if someone was going to pay for if someone's going to pay for my surgery and I could see better again, but I have to be in this video, I'd say sign me up. So
Mhm.
it's like, there's that. But then what happens is, and we've seen this before, we see a lot of copycat. Like people want to copycat Mr. Beast. And there's videos out there where this guy, I've seen this all over Twitter where people are like, I fed 15 children that were starving. And like the thumbnail's like him, like, and he
Mhm.
had a bunch of shit. Did you like, and that was like a big controversy that went over a little while. And so there's people out there doing these copycat videos
Yep.
trying to get the views. And
Because
so, yeah, you're right. It's like, where do we,
where do you draw
so
the
I
line?
people know that I build orphanages, and yes, do
Mhm.
I put a video up? I don't put it on this channel. I put it on Jaywalking the Planet. But if you watch those videos, it's more of here's the progress that's going on. I try not to overpost stuff like that because yeah, I don't want to fall into that line of uh they call it poverty porn, and I don't like that name, but that's just what they call it, where it's like it'll get a lot of emotional clicks and a lot of emotional giving because they're like,
Yep.
"Oh my god, this guy's doing so good. Like these kids are starving. Let me give." And it's like I never want to cross. And you're absolutely right. I never want to cross that line to where it's like, hey,
You're
look
not
how
doing
bad it is. Send more money and watch this video. You know what I mean? So it's
it's
like,
not that
yeah, you're absolutely right.
you don't want to cross that line where it goes from you're doing an act of charity to you're doing it for clicks.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Where it's like,
absolutely.
so that's and that one, and again, nothing against them, but I just felt like this last video kind of came off as you're doing it for clicks. The way it was like set up and showed, like especially with the thumbnail, the little kid. And it's kind of like,
Yeah,
like I get you're doing good. He's doing good. Like you can't deny that. Like he paid for what 1,000 people's eye surgeries. Fucking
yeah,
cool. But at
yeah.
the same time,
Exactly. It's
like,
you're right. Where's the balance?
yeah, where do you draw the line? Where does it not become philanthropy? Where do people understand that he's doing, like, you're doing this? Not he's doing it, but it's like, where do we figure out where people are doing this for the views, for the money, and all that kind of stuff? You know what I mean? So it's like, and again, like, and I'm using him as an example because we have him. We're talking about him
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
as he puts like all the money back into the channel. Okay, well, you're still paying yourself, you're still paying your friends, like you're paying them really well. So it's like, how much are you, like, how much is really going back? Because I mean, and that's my problem. And I could like go on a tangent, and I don't want to, because then it'd be like, oh my god, Jay's had drama with Mr. B. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, because I don't give a fuck at the end of the day, to tell you the truth. But it's like, you know,
It's been
what I'm saying?
years, man. It's been
Yeah,
years.
but it's like, come on now. It's like, all right, like like I want to be one of those people. It's like, do you really care, or are you just doing it for the views?
Yeah,
That's why, like, I did like my couple videos where I was doing charitable work, but at the same time, it's like, all right, I don't like this because it just feels like I'm just doing it for views. Because at the end of the day, I know it will get views. You put
Yeah.
up donating 10 grand to a child's orphanage. Oh my god, that's gonna get views,
yeah.
right? Everyone's going, oh my god, you're doing so good. Well, yeah, I donated 10 grand because I wanted to, but I also knew that me donating 10 grand is gonna make me 30.
Yes. See,
You know what I mean?
that's
So it's like,
yeah.
so
That's you're right. I think that's something that we should all look at and honor when we want to do things like that, to see
mhm.
where the line is crossed. So, all right, moving on. So we've gone over the hour mark. You're not. Please don't throw that cat on a live stream. That got that last streamer kicked off Twitch.
Oh no.
Uh,
My computer made a doot noise. I was like, what was that? And I'm like looking to make sure a cat hadn't like took a cable out. Because
so
they've done
I
it.
know something about Jake that I can't share yet, but hopefully he can share just a little bit of the future
Ooh.
of Jake the Viking. I don't know how much you could share. Can I share what's like what others have done that you might?
I'll say this. We
All right.
are looking to take this step into the YouTube influencer boxing world. And
Mm,
we're looking, or when I say we're, because it's just me, I don't have a team. I am looking to make a very large splash.
um, and since this is already on YouTube, just to give you a little heads up, he put "It's time Viking boxing."
This was a cool little video, even
Just
though
a
my
little
shoes are
training montage here. Nothing, you
Yee.
know, nothing. But that's
Remember what I was saying? 1.5 million subscribers, and how many views does that have? 7,000. Oh,
yeah. There's some shadow banning going on there for sure. There's
dude,
no way.
shadow banning's legit. Don't let them tell you it's not. It's fucking
Yeah.
real.
No. We found that with Elon Musk. Like he even came out with like some of these Twitter's channels are being shadow banned. Like it's a
Mhm.
real thing. So, but some boxing, huh?
Yeah.
So
Gonna try it out.
hypothetical, if you were to get into the who would be someone that you would love to box?
Anybody?
Oh, really? So it's like
So
I'm just
I'm
game.
hating. I'm watching like these other guys doing it, and they're kind of all just like, "Yo, give me KSI." And I'm like, "Bro, you had one fight. It was terrible, and you're trying to call out the guy who kind of helped start this whole thing." I'm like, "What? Shut up." No, I want, like, if I'm gonna do it, it's like I would love to just have anyone that is comparable size, so that when it actually happens, it's like two fucking titans going at it, which is what I want. And my biggest thing is I want to put on a show, because at the end of the day, we are entertainers. I've
Why
already got
doesn't
some really cool ideas for the intro and the vibe and everything. It's gonna be sick. It's gonna be sick if we can make it happen.
they but you would be your weight class would be heavyweight.
Anyway, so anybody over 200.
But has the celebrity boxing thrown that out if they just want to see two people fight, or have they tried to stay
They're
consistent?
still they're trying to stay professional because they're doing it without headgear, so they have to be like they have to follow the professional rules.
Okay.
So like all these people, like I know that Jake Paul and KSI just agreed to a fight at 180. So like they're having to agree to the weight class, they're having to agree to all this stuff. Through talking to Misfits Boxing, which is the big people out in the UK who like KSI and Deji and all them work with.
Yeah.
There's most likely going to be like drug tests involved, all kinds of stuff. So they're doing it like legit. But my only stipulation is that I have to stay over 200 pounds. I'm like, well, I'm 260. I don't think I can lose 60 pounds. So that'd be difficult. That's a lot of weight to drop. And I'm like, oh.
They want you at 200.
Yeah, in order to be classified heavyweight, you have to be over 200.
Oh, over 200.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
I'm just like, that's no problem here.
X-Wing says I'll box Jake for charity if he covers my medical bills.
God.
All right, X-Wing is like 5'2", 125. So I don't think that will be. Yeah, I am not going into the ring. Everyone, don't even say. I told Jake, I was like, if this happens for him or something like that happens, I was like, I'll be in his corner, man. I'll be the guy in his ear. Get up!
I'm doing.
What's the matter with you? Everybody's watching you. Get up! Get on your feet. You're a Viking, man. Take him down. Bite his ear off. Come on.
Jesus Christ. Colin just said Jake versus Harley. Harley's a bitch. He already
know who that is.
He already tried running his mouth once. I clapped back. He never responded. And through talking with Keemstar, Keem can't even get him to come like talk about a fight. So he's a little bitch.
Who's this Harley guy? Who is this?
He's from Epic Mealtime. He's one of those dudes. But he already did a fight. And then my buddy Overflow posted a picture of me and him. And he goes, oh, we got a new challenger. Who's going to fight him? And then Harley tried to say like, oh, I'll pass. I want to get beat up next time I'm in the ring. I want to fight a real athlete. And I'm over here like, fuck her. I played football at LSU in college. What the fuck were you doing? And he didn't respond to anything. And so then I posted a picture of me working out like a huge like flex, like my traps were popping and everything. And I was like, real athlete, by the way. But he hasn't responded to anything I've said. And he's also apparently just like ran from the whole scene.
Sounds about right.
He also made a comment saying he wanted to fight like a wrestler. And I'm like, you want to box a wrestler? It's like, that makes sense. Yeah. Good choice of words. Anyway.
So you would want to do boxing, not MMA?
Yeah, because I don't know wrestling.
Okay.
I don't know any wrestling. So I mean, boxing, I feel like I can pick up. Not trying to discredit boxing, but boxing is throwing punches, whereas MMA is going to be boxing plus groundwork, and I'd have to go learn like jujitsu or some shit.
Harley menstruation? I don't know. I don't know this Harley person that he speaks of.
Yeah, just look up Epic Mealtime.
No, he's part of Epic Mealtime. Talking trash to my man Jake. Talking trash. I hope you get somebody. I hope this works out, and that you get 50 million, and I could be in your corner for that 10%. So that's
I told the guys, I was like, I want to do one fight to see if I even enjoy it. And the reason I'm doing it is because I miss that intensity, that adrenaline, that like surge of testosterone, and just go out there and just try to beat the shit out of someone, which is what I did when I was LSU. My parents are pissed because I've got like 6 concussions, but it'll be all right.
Yeah, let's take care of yourself. All right. Have you obviously with this video, you've already started training and you're feeling good, right?
Definitely feeling stronger. Like, so I've switched back to doing football style workouts for explosiveness.
Okay.
So everything's like fast, explosive movements, power clean, split jerks, building the core. So a lot of front squat, back squat, bench press, and then also doing a lot of running because it's all conditioning. But definitely feeling better. We're already back up. Like we slung, what were we slinging today? 265 for power clean for threes. So we're slinging some weight. And everything's moving good, feeling good. I mean, it's just fun doing it again. My biggest issue is going to be my shoulder, but we'll figure it out.
Man, in P90X, they have cardio kickboxing. I lasted about 8 minutes, and I was like, yeah, this ain't the life. This ain't the life for me. I'm more of a mosey person, so I like to get on the treadmill and kind of mosey, like I'm waving at neighbors, kind of stuff like that. That's my workout. That's what we do. I can walk for days. That other thing past that, you're asking too much. That's
we're doing sprints tomorrow. Yeah, I'm doing sprints tomorrow, and then hopefully bag work.
What do you got? What do you eat?
Everything.
So just whatever
I got food on
calories
the
you
way
can.
now. I'm just waiting for DoorDash to let me know it's here.
I'm glad he took this interview seriously. He has food, like, right?
What do you want from me, dude? Look, I came straight from the gym and I stopped at my gas
know.
station. I'm gonna give me a protein shake. Guess what? They didn't have any protein shakes. I was pissed. So I got here. I was like, I'm gonna order food while we're here. And so I'm gonna eat this. When we're done this, I'm gonna eat the food, and then I'm gonna go to the gas station and get protein shakes because I know this other one's gonna have them. And then I'm gonna come back and stream. Be a great time.
There isn't one person
What?
that you like would be. I'd love to get in the ring with that guy. I know you know Keemstar, and I know you know all these people. Like, you couldn't text them and be like, "Hey man, can you talk to so and so? Let's see if we can make this happen." No, just the opportunity to get in the ring.
So my thing is, like, I just want the opportunity to get in the ring, and it's like I don't have beef with anyone because
Yeah,
like,
I know that. I'm
I'm
just
so
saying.
just like laid back and just out of the drama shit. Even though I'm going through my own personal drama that I caused myself. Good job, Jake. But
Welcome
like
to his real life.
there's no one like where I'm just like, yeah, I want to beat that dude's face in. Nah, fuck it, like, I don't care. Give me someone, and whoever that someone is going to become the person that I'm going to want to fucking shit on in the ring, and then that's it. And then if I enjoy it and have a good time, I'll do another one.
Look at my man Camelot is in here. Jay is goated with the Viking. Camelot, you're a pretty buff YouTuber. Would you ever want to do celebrity boxing? I wonder. He's from Alabama. He's been hitting the head a lot too. Yeah, he's one of
DoorDash
those.
is calling me. They probably don't know where I live. Hold on.
All
Listen
right,
to this.
he's gonna.
What's up?
Hey, how you doing? This is DoorDash. I just check to see which house is yours. I'm out here. Is you the one with the garage light on in the front?
The black truck should be in the driveway. 2005.
Okay. All right. Okay. That's the black truck.
Okay.
And the flaming lights.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. All right. You're right there.
All right, perfect. Thank you. Yeah, see, dude, people don't know the house. Ma'am, you are not jumping in my lap. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No.
I'm not even over there. Yeah, we just did we just dox you? Well, no, we didn't dox him. He was just joking. Yeah, Camelot said he would fight. Camelot's a great. He's a freaking awesome YouTuber.
Call me back in the
You guys need to meet. I don't know what it is. You guys are way too much alike. It's weird. But anyway, man, we've hit the hour 30 minutes. I want to thank my friend Jake. I'm gonna let him eat. Did Jake dox himself? Yeah, send him pizza if he gave away his address.
I said the house number. I didn't even say what street. Or
I know.
What?
I know. Jake lives in Maine, so there you go. So
Maine. Hell yeah.
Hey man, I appreciate you taking the time. I know you're a busy guy. Go check out Jake the Viking on YouTube, but also his main. Go check out Jake the Viking on Twitch. Is that correct?
Yes.
Jake underscore the Viking, or is it just one word?
It's Jake underscore. Pretty much everything is Jake underscore.
Jake underscore the Viking on Twitch. What are you playing today?
Beat Saber, and because we're trying to get the VR set up because we got to play Ghost of Tabor, which is a really cool VR game. So we're trying to get everything set up, make sure everything's good, and then probably switch over to Escape from Tarkov.
There it is, everyone. So that's it, y'all. Y'all have a great one. Thank you, Jake, for being here. If you do get some boxing stuff, I'm gonna be ringside, baby.
Hell yeah.
I just don't want your slob all flying over here. So I just want to see you put your. I know Jake is a big dude. I just want to see his fist just go through someone's belly button. It'll be awesome. So.
Thanks for listening. We hope you were inspired today. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, and leave a review wherever you listen to your podcasts. We really appreciate it. We'll catch you in the next episode. And welcome to the Rebellion.